So the coronation of Primce Misuzulu as the next king of AmaZulu will not happen anytime soon. That's if two of his siblings get their way. Princesses Ntuli and Thembekile have now gone to court to challenge the late Queen Mantfombi's decision to name her son as successor to the throne. There was tension, you may recall, at the reading of the late regent's will earlier this month, but the royal family said most relatives were now on board with Primce Misuzulu becoming king. Both princesses are daughters of King Zwelithini's first wife, Queen Thembekile, who's gone to court to claim 50% of her late husband's assets. Her application is separate from the battle for the throne. Let's speak now to historian Professor Pitika Ntuli, who's joining us by Skype. Prof, always good to have you on. So the two princesses in their court application are arguing that the late Queen Mantfombi, who was King Zwelithini's third wife, had no authority to basically in her will give the instruction, the nomination that her son Misuzulu become king. Are they right?
They are not right. We are here in a very strange situation where you combine Roman Dutch law with traditional and customary law. Ultimately, I don't think it is more about the succession of the new king. It's more about probably, even resources. For the matter here is absolutely very clear. Queen Mantfombi came from royalty, and her lobola was paid for by the nation, itself. So anybody who challenges, that is challenging the nation, is not operating within Zulu culture and customs.
And of course, members of the royal family who have already pledged their support to Primce Misuzulu, who at this stage is thought to be, or has at least been announced as the future king of AmaZulu, would want this to end or be resolved very quickly. Is there still room at this stage, given the extent of the tensions, for an out-of-court or traditional resolution to the problem?
I think it is very possible that this could be done. Let me make an example. When you go over to Limpopo and one or two or three of the kingdoms there are in dispute, you go over to the Eastern Cape, there are also squabbles. You go to the ANC, there are squabbles. The people who seem to have been united are the 12 million Zulu nation, because they were being guided by their culture as well as their customs. So in this particular way, it will be very prudent that for the royal family itself to come and have a meeting together. They all come from the same source. They are all of the same blood. You go to court, you lose out in court, you are bitter, you come back, then it disturbs the unity of the people. Now everybody from the insiders, and for all of us know that everybody has agreed except for those two princesses. Their mother has given up. She's the one who started it, but now she is up getting her 50% of the estate of the king. She is no longer challenging. It's the daughters that are actually challenging.
Professor Ntuli, I'm going to come in here because unfortunately we're receiving another, I think, a Skype request while we're speaking to you, but I'm hoping we can mute that noise so that you and I can resume our conversation. And on the point that you were making about a possible out-of-court settlement or a traditional solution to a traditional problem, shall we call it, how does government then tread now? Because there are government processes that need to be carried out on the way to a coronation.
And so what's happening, from what I understand, is that the premier of the province and Untwana need to consult, with the nation, with the Royal House, and come together with a very clear, clean, resolution.
So what does government do then? Should they keep a distance from this until the family has been able to duke it out?
Yeah, no, definitely. Once you get government, getting involved, or anybody who is not directly involved actually in it, may then start sparking off a little unnecessary, tensions. It will be very dignified for, government to listen to the nation. All they've got to do is to watch, the situation as it unfolds, and then they'll be briefed then by the Royal House as to which way they are going, how they are going, and to what extent.
Do you think this will cause anxiety, panic among AmaZulu about the future of the nation?
I don't think so. I mean, the fact that the people who were presumably in the beginning were said to be challenging, denied that they are challenging. Everybody in the nation seemed to be on board, except the two princesses who wanted to go to, who have gone to the law. I don't think or anticipate that there will be any tension within, the family itself, because we are talking here about people who are well versed in their own culture, who know what should happen and what should not, happen. So one cannot be that anxious about it. It's only when outsiders begin to interfere for whatever reason they want to, that could muddy the waters. But so far, it seems like everything is on board. The Royal House wants to proceed with the coronation.
Professor Pitika Ntuli, a historian and sculptor, good to speak to you as always, sir. Thank you.